Okay, another scenario with vector equations of lines. We're going to look at line 1 and 2, and we want to see if they are parallel, same line, skew, or intersecting. To do so, I'm going to look at first the direction vectors. Here's 2, -2, 4 for line 1, so +2, -2, 4. And then for the other line, line 3, I have 2, -1, 3. Because these are not scalar multiples of each other, meaning like a scalar multiple would be 4, -4, 8. So multiply this vector by a value to get the same thing. They're not scalar multiples, so therefore they are not parallel. So my choices are then intersecting or skew. So let's take a look at these scenarios. Let's look. To do so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them equal to each other. And so I'm going to say that if they're intersecting, let me explain here a little bit. If they're intersecting, there's one x, y, and z that's common between both of them. If they're not intersecting, there is no common x, y, and z. So we're going to assume that there is a common x, y, and z by setting the x's equal to each other, the y's equal to each other, and the z's equal to each other. 4 plus 3u. And now let's rewrite them up. So I have 2s minus 2u is equal to 2. And I can say minus 2s plus u is equal to minus 2. And then my third equation for z, I can say that 4s minus 3u is equal to 3. Now I'm going to take two of these equations, and I'll take those two. I know I could divide by 2, but I'm going to use my calculator anyway, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'm going to take these two equations, and I'm going to solve for s and u. So I'm going to use polysmalt, which is under apps. I'm going to type in this equation 2, -2, 2, and then -2, 1, and -2. Oh, enter. And then solve, and I end up with values that say that s is equal to 1 and u is equal to 0. Okay, now with these two equations, these values will solve them. The key is, will they solve in z? So I take s and u and plug it in. So I get 4 times 1 minus 3 times 0 is equal to 3, which is 4 minus 0 is equal to 3. 4 equals 3. Well, that's not true. So that means that this s and u does not provide a z that is similar to the x and y here. So this scenario is skew. If this would have been correct, a true statement, then they would have been intersecting.